Day. And so I am here live on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, and I'm actually really enjoying this. When I first had this idea, when was it? 2, 3 weeks ago, I was really, really nervous, but it's definitely getting better. And so I'm really excited to be here tonight talking about another leadership thought. And today it's all about leveling up your circle. So as you're hopping on, make sure to say hello, tell me where you're watching from, and definitely, even if you're catching the replay, engage with me, comment, tell me what your thoughts are, tell me what your experiences are, because I feel like we can learn so much from each other. So Jim Rohn actually came up with this quote, and it's something that's always stuck with me. He said, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." And I've been a stay-at-home mom for the last 7 years. And so when I think about the average of the 5 people that I spend my time with, it would be my husband, Beckham, who is 8, Paisley, who is 6, and my 2 miniature pinchers. Like, they are the people that I spend the most time with. So I want to know, just off the top of your head, go ahead and drop it in the comments. Who are the 5 people that you spend the most time with? Now, if you know that you are the average of the 5 people, obviously, with my example, I'm not like my dogs, right? Maybe my dogs are like me. Well, they kind of are. We like to just cuddle up next to the heater and sleep all day. So maybe this is true for pets as well. But when you think about like income or those kinds of things, like obviously my kids aren't making money. I've got my husband, but this goes just beyond deeper than who you're actually spending your time with. I know that we can't always choose who our family is. We can't always choose who we're working with. We can't always choose who we're quote unquote next to or spending our time with because of, our jobs that we have or the things that we have that we're committed to. But I do know that we do have some influence over it. So I see Meredith just hopped on. Hello. There's a few other people. It doesn't tell me their names because if you're not friends with me on these platforms, then it doesn't pop up. But yeah, just make sure to say hello as you're hopping on. So the thing that is true, though, is that like attracts like. You always hear that misery loves company, right? And so if, you are a lazy person, you are going to attract lazy people. You're going to want to be around lazy people because you're not going to want to go and do things. If you are a complainer, you love being around other people that complain. So that way you can just like jive off of each other and complain together and feel validated in your feelings. If you're an independent person, you're going to attract independent people because the dependable people are going to want to be around you because they know that you're going to flake on them. Broke attracts broke, unhealthy attracts unhealthy. I mean, there's nothing worse than when you're super unhealthy and you're hanging out with someone who's eating apples and celery and peanut butter all the time. Okay, so you are definitely going to attract what you are. So I have 3 tips to help you guys level up your circle. Okay, so when I first started my business, when was it? Like 7.5 years ago, I was teaching high school math. And so really my circle included teachers and it included students. And I knew that if I wanted to go somewhere in life, if I wanted to be more than just a teacher, I needed to level up my circle. And so the first thing that you need to do when wanting to level up your circle is you need to take inventory of yourself. Okay. Before you can expect change from other people, you have got to be willing to change yourself. You've got to be somebody that someone else wants to have in their circle. You've got to be somebody who is going to level up somebody else because, well, I guess technically you want to be the lowest person in your circle so the other 4 lift you up. But if you're in other people's circle, like you want to be at the top of the circle. So you've got to make sure that you are somebody that other people want to have in your circle. Also, depending when we get into social media, books and podcasts and stuff, not everybody has to know that they're part of your circle and vice versa. But you want to make sure that you're bringing value to your circle. And so what can you do is work towards acquiring knowledge and value and different skill sets. Okay. So one thing that I didn't know that I wanted, but also really wanted to be was a personal trainer. And I knew nothing about it. I didn't know how to do it. And so one of the things that I did is I joined a gym. and I was able to get coaching from different trainers. And I was able to kind of experience the things that I liked and the things that I didn't like. I was able to take some courses online, do some free webinars, those kinds of things, and learn about coaching. I was able to go down to Salt Lake and do a CrossFit certification class. I was able to enroll online with the National Academy of Sports Medicine and be able to complete a certified personal training course. And so just making sure that you are leveling up and participating in different education programs that are going to teach you how to do things that you are interested in doing. Okay. Always making sure that you're being positive, you're optimistic, you're looking for the good in things. And the most important thing is that growth only comes outside of your comfort zone. And so if you truly want to have more, if you truly want to level up your circle, you've got to start, like I said, with leveling up yourself and be willing to get outside of your comfort zone, do things that are maybe uncomfortable for you or outside of your regular characteristics and grow. Okay. You're going to make mistakes. Things aren't going to go the way that you plan. And that's all part of the process of becoming more valuable. Okay. So number one is take inventory of you. Number two, you guys, now, like I said, you can't always choose who you work with. You can't always choose who you surround yourself with. You know, if you're a stay-at-home mom and you're around kids all the time, you can't always be around super amazing, awesome people. But you can choose to absorb that stuff through the content that they've already created for you. And so reading books, listening to podcasts, doing YouTube videos, and these leaders, these people, they don't even have to know that they're in your circle. So one thing that I have made sure that I've done is I've found people who have done things that I've wanted to do, and then I go and consume the information that they put out. Okay, so that's number two. Always be listening to some kind of book, some kind of podcast, some kind of YouTube every single day. Like 15 minutes is non-negotiable for me every single day. Now, of course, if I can do more, I do more. We hardly listen to the radio anymore when we're going on trips. We're listening to books. When I wake up in the morning, when I do my work, there's a YouTube video on, just something that I'm interested in learning and growing. And I'm following people in these different medias in order to learn and grow myself. Okay. So number two, hey, Brittany, number two is to listen to podcasts, listen to books, and have those people be the things that are going in through your ears, in through your eyes, your eye gates, your ear gates. So that way it becomes who you are. Now, number three, the third tip to help level up your circle is to use social media to your benefit. Most people who are successful have created something online. There are different groups that you can join. There are different community groups that maybe are in person or online through Facebook. You can even get on mailing lists of influential people. I know I'm on John Maxwell's email list. He's part of my circle. I get a leadership tip every single morning. It's just called Minute with Maxwell. It's just a couple minutes, a little video that I can listen to. I get emails from Ed Milet. I get emails from Dean Graziosi. Like I get emails from Eric Worre. Like I get emails from like these multi-millionaires every single day who are just pumping out this content of things that have helped them get to where they're meant to be. So, or where they are. Just making sure that you're utilizing social media to your benefit. And the other thing, I know that sometimes we can get caught in the comparison game where we're like, oh, if they did it, then I can't be successful at it. Or maybe we get a little bit jealous. Guilty. Okay. Drop a one if you're guilty of that when you see somebody doing something that you want to do, or maybe looking like you want to look, or having something that you want to have, where we let that jealousy creep in. But I'll tell you, all successful people know that there is enough for everyone. And if you are willing to reach out, most likely they're going to be willing to help you. And I've experienced this in my own life. Actually, I followed a lady on YouTube for a while. I attended some of her free webinars, and there came a point in my life where I was ready for the next step and I wasn't quite sure what that was. And I actually shot her a quick message. She responded and she helped me take the next step, which I just thought was so cool. And so, find those people, follow them, flood your social media full of people that inspire you, and don't let jealousy to creep in. Just let it inspire you to know that if they can do it, you can do it too. Okay. And so my last, just kind of pro tip on top of this. So number one is take inventory of you. Number two is use social media to your benefit. And number three is to, or sorry, number two is podcasts and books. And number three is use social media to your benefit. Okay. So number four, my pro tip, you guys, as you start to learn new things from the media that you're consuming, from the research that you're doing yourself, I would encourage you to put your own thoughts out there and to lift other people up. One thing I learned about being when I was a teacher is that you learn way better when you teach it to other people. And so just like I'm doing every Tuesday night, somebody came up to me and they said, "You're a really great leader. You should really teach about these leadership tips." And of course, I don't feel like I'm a great leader, but I said, "Thank you for the compliment. Sure, I'll try it." And so, every Tuesday I come to you with a different piece that has helped me in my life and have success. And, not to say that I'm well spoken or I'm saying all the right words on here, like it just doesn't matter. But like here I am being able to research and use the value that I've gotten from other people and then be able to speak it out to you guys and hopefully give you guys some value as well. And so, your pro tip is to put your own thoughts out there and start to attract your circle and start to give value to other people, because that definitely helps level you up. I see grandma. Hey, grandma. She just hopped on. So you may not be able to change exactly who you are around. So if I'm circling back, I'm with my family all the time, my puppies all the time, but you can control what comes in your ear gates, what comes through your eye gates, and how you choose to use that information to level yourself up. So we will always rise and fall to the level of our internal thermostat. And so, in order to raise the temperature on your thermostat, you have to raise the people that you're surrounding yourself. You have to activate that. They call it your RAS, your reticular activating system, where this is what you deserve. You can see it, you can envision it. Other people are having it, so you can have it too. And so when you do that, it helps raise the level of your internal thermostat and will help you raise the level of your life. Otherwise, if you don't change that circle, you'll always go back to where you were. Okay. So using these tips, it's going to help you grow. It's going to help you be more successful. And so I want to hear from you guys. Was this helpful? Is there somebody who you follow that really inspires you, who makes you want more? Or do you need some ideas of who to follow? Like, what is something that you want to have? What's something you want to do? What's something you want to be? Drop that in the comments. And that way I can be on the lookout for somebody who would be a good choice for you to have in your circle. All right, you guys, we'll see you later. Bye.